Alrighty, welcome. This is a bonus reading for Cancer. So the most interesting thing happened actually. I was getting ready to do a reading for my December readings for some of the other signs that I haven't done readings for yet. And I got this really strong call from source that I had to do a bonus reading for Cancer. So I don't know why. I was told the cards that I need to use. I've got these beautiful cards with a very sort of African sort of theme, created by this wonderful artist who's actually I believe in Cape Town, South Africa, where I am, and apparently it's got something to do with returning back to your roots. And then I've got the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, and we'll see what's going to happen. And apparently I'm going to draw a message from the universe with the MUSE Tarot. So let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going on. I don't know, actually can see her in as well, so maybe this is a message from me also. I don't know. We'll see what we have. I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to do a, see what pops, okay. So in the recent past, or what brought you to where you currently are, there was a Temperance card. Some of you kind of, I wouldn't really say played with fire, it's more like danced. There was for some of you, somehow it seems there was a lot of, so looking at Temperance in the recent past, what sort of brought all of this about? Let me just quickly draw a card for where you're currently going, and then just the overall message before I go into the interpretation. But the message is so strong. Okay, I thought it was coming out. Okay. I feel that some of you are somehow, it's almost like you're playing with fire here. Okay. Alright. I see exactly what's going on here. So we've got Temperance in the recent past. You'll see it's got some different words over there. If you are from South Africa or you understand some of the indigenous languages of South Africa, you'll understand words like Kwena, for example. If you don't, really don't worry about it. Where you currently are at the moment, Truth, Silence, Ten of Swords, where you're going towards, an overall energy or overall message. There we've got Nine of Fire, basically. And so Ace of Wands is where you currently are. So for some of you, you've really embraced your power. Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to draw a good tarot card for each one before I go into the interpretation. So I'm going to draw it, but I'm going to leave it upside down. So I'm not going to look at what it is, okay? And I'll speak to you while I'm doing it. So, oh yeah, also, I was asked to wear Tiger's Eye, which is about sort of coming out of the dark into the light, seeing things for what they really are, seeing toxic patterns for what they really are. Inner truth, inner light. I get that there might be some health concerns for some of you. Alright, so I'm leaving these cards upside down. I'm not looking at what they are. So somehow you embraced sorry, embraced, your own power, stood on your power, stood on your light. There was a big push forward for many of you. I feel maybe a lot of excitement, embracing a lot of, wonderful things, a lot of incredible possibility, sort of dance there with the universe in a sense of, here I am showing up. And you know, this is me stepping forward. So there's a definite sort of stepping forward for many of you. You kind of took from the, you know, a great opportunity passed you by, or a great opportunity rather came your way. You saw it, you liked it, you embraced it. Okay. Let's draw a Moonology card for that. Love the Moonology cards. Alright, this is a very interesting reading. Okay. Not looking at a good tarot yet, still laying upside down, drawing a Moonology card. Okay, a couple of them came around. I'm going to take the one that showed up on top. And it says full moon in Aquarius, so show the world the real you. So some of you, you've really, really embraced you. You know, you wanted to step forward. I feel that you kind of took off a, you know, you took off a big chunk. An incredible opportunity came past. You know, you took off that chunk. You were in your power. You embraced. You were fully open to whatever opportunity it was that was coming your way. You opened your arms, you embraced, and you hugged it into your heart. So you accepted something quite huge here within your life. And so the good tarot is the Magician. Oh, interesting. Look at that reflection there on the card. So there was a definite game-changing opportunity, a huge game-changing opportunity, something that you've been preparing for, probably for the rest of your, you know, for the whole part of your life up to this point. You've prepared for this. You have brought yourself to this incredible opportunity, to this incredible moment. You know, sometimes we say that something really amazing happens in life, and you know, how would we put this now? Let me just get my words together. So, you know, sometimes you know we want to go for so many things in life, but when we understand that, when we come from the sort of point of, you know, becoming ready, then we don't have to go and look so much for the opportunity, because when the opportunity comes around, we will be ready. And if we're not ready, then we won't be able to actually, you know, benefit or sometimes even recognize the opportunity. So you've done a lot of work to get ready, and the opportunity presented itself, you opened your heart to it. This would change everything in life. But now where you are at the moment with truth, with the Ace of Wands, something is making you feel sort of afraid, a little bit scared, you know, unsettled. And I feel that, you know, what I can sense, and I've been saying this to my best friend yesterday as well, who's actually incredible. She does all my graphic design and social media management. So if you need any of that sort of work done, you can go down below in the description and look for AC Digital Marketing Solutions. But what I was saying to her yesterday is that for 2 days now, I've been feeling, because I'm a Cancerian, I've been sensing that something really huge is coming. And for me, it's got something to do with tarot. You know, it's whatever is really the thing that you love, that the thing that sort of, you know, makes your heart smile. And for me, that is tarot. Okay, so it's almost like, you know, that there's a really incredible opportunity that's coming your way. It's like you can somehow just sort of feel it in your veins, and it is a little bit scary because it's huge. It really changes absolutely everything. It's an incredible divine intervention, and it's more than just fulfilling your dreams. It's actually it's surpassing it. It's so much bigger than you could ever possibly imagine. All right, let's get a Moonology card for you. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Okay, so for many of you, the fear is kicking in, the uncertainty is kicking in, the you know, the sort of self-sabotage is kicking in. You know, we all somehow sometimes have that almost like natural sort of self-sabotage, that if things go really, really well, we find a reason why we can't do it anymore. You know, it's too much, it's too huge, it's too overwhelming. And I'm smiling because I've been going through this day yesterday. You know, where it was just too much, and I'm like, oh, maybe I made the wrong decision. Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Water actually for you from the Good Tarot. Incredible message, letting you know that you are ready. You know, sometimes we feel, also there's a lot of pearls in that card, and pearls is obviously good luck, and it's also the you know, sort of birthstone synonymous to Cancer. Sometimes we feel that when something comes around, that it is so huge that we actually can't handle it, that it's too much for us, you know. And this is what you're beginning to recognize at the moment. What Spirit wants to remind you of is that this is a natural next step in your evolution, in your growth, in your progress. Okay? So even though it feels huge to you, which it is, it really, really is, the reminder is that as big as it is you that are showing up is actually bigger than this opportunity, because the opportunity didn't bring itself to you. You are the one that brought yourself to the opportunity. All right. Remember that saying that we have, that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. It's the same thing with manifestation. It's the same thing with life. When you are ready for something incredible to come forward, when you are really ready, you don't have to go look for it. You don't have to try to manifest it. You don't have to try to bargain for it, to barter for it, anything for that. It just naturally shows up, because whatever this big thing is that is coming in, that, you know, you might see some signs of it already, or, you know, you might, I feel that for most of you, you're not 100% sure what it is just yet, and that's sort of getting you a little bit trippy at the moment. It is amazing, and you are ready, and it is it's almost like the universe bowing to you. You know, now, I don't want you to get like all trippy about that. When we speak about the universe bowing to you, when we understand that we are an expression of the universe, the reason why the universe has always got our entire back is because from all the possibility of what life could be, of what it could become, there is you. And so it's not so much the universe, you know, I suppose you can say bowing down in reverence, but it's more in, you know, support, in acknowledgement that you have now, you've kind of gone to a next step. You know, it's like the celebration that we have when you are done with high school. Fantastic. We are happy. We are glad. We are supporting you in that, right? You have finished a certain phase and you're moving over to a next one. And whilst maybe for the last couple of months or so, even the last couple of years for some of you, you know, you may have been in the process of becoming, you are now literally right there. The doors be moving open and you are beginning to see the signs. All right. Nothing to be concerned about, because the universe has got your back. What is coming towards you? So sacrifice, which is the Ten of Swords, and the Empress. Now, the Empress always speaks about abundance, and in this particular deck, you know, the Empress is speaking about the harvest coming in. You know, it's synonymous with the number 3, and 3 is, you know, it's like mind, body, spirit, the strength within us. But 3, which is also significant, you know, with triangles. A triangle is the strongest shape in nature here on Earth. So you're moving into a real strength. You're letting, I feel for some of you, you may not quite know what it is just yet, but you do know that you would have to, in a sense, almost let go of your previous version of yourself, your previous sort of, you know, life. There are some people who are, they can't really go on this journey with you. You know, it doesn't mean that you're writing them off. It doesn't mean that you are discarding them aside or anything like that. You know, this is a very challenging part in life sometimes, and I think I'm understanding why I really had to do this reading for you now. This is a very challenging part in life sometimes, when, you know, we work so hard to become ready for something, and when we're at this point where we are ready and we move over to the next phase, I think a lot of times when it comes to, you know, when we manifest what we'd like to have for our lives, we don't sort of think of that part that, you know, some certain people that we really care about, that those people, you know, may not be walking the journey with us as we go forward. Just because they're not ready for it. It's not their path. You know, you're ready for, again, with that sort of analogy of leaving sort of high school, you know, you are now ready to go into life, whatever that means for you, you know, whether you go to university or college, or, you know, you're going to go travel, I don't know, across Europe, or, you know, you're going to be an entrepreneur or writer, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That's a different sort of life. That's a different sort of, think of it in simpler terms. Think of it almost like marketing. Okay, at the end of the day, marketing is marketing, but you're going to market, for example, a tarot deck very differently to the way you, for example, going to market, you know, a product that is maybe made from maize, you know, like some natural facial product or something like that. And so in the same way, you're getting clarity about a lot of things. And in a sense, there's quite a lot of courage that some of you are going to have to, you know, have as you go forward, because there are, it's, you're letting go sort of like, you know, for many of you, there was a very sort of like sorry poor me sort of version going on there for a while, and you kind of going from that sort of survival mode into a very thriving sort of mode. Okay, let's get you. And remember that you are the one that brought yourself to this incredible point from the greatest good of all. This is one of those things as you're going forward. I do sense that for some of you, you know, this may be in relationships, in work, you know, body issues, whatever, even movement, you know, there's a lot of definite changes here. A lot of sort of toxic patterns that many of you may be having is coming forward. And they being, it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like there's some sort of time pressure involved, you know, they're being released. And let's see, okay, so there's a whole lot of cards and there's one sticking out. So which one is sticking out? Okay, full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. I had this for the, if I remember correctly, I think for the December reading for Virgo. Okay. So, 4 cards. Okay, so okay, so 4 cards came out for you, and 4 is also about stability. You know, stability on Earth. You know, like say for example, if you do something like crystal healing, and you're trying to sort of establish stability within, be it a room or a building or a practice or your life or whatever, you kind of work with squares, you know, be it either square cut crystals or be it maybe, you know, crystals with an internal sort of atomic internal structure that is squares. So this is about balance that is happening here. Your life is actually working out. So again, we're speaking about things working out so much better than, you know, than they actually see. For some of you, you may have had some recent disappointments, huge recent disappointments, especially in love. I feel this person was probably just not ready. Okay. I don't, however, sense that it's over. So for any of you that maybe had some recent breakups or anything like that, and you thought like, you know, it's gone, or you may be released, I feel for some of you, you sort of like release somebody. So you could have a situation, okay. So going forward, there might be quite a sort of heated conversation that is coming off, you know, between you and someone else specifically, especially pertaining to sort of, you know, some sort of matter of their heart, where almost like you should have understood me, you should have get, you know, where I was going. So there's some things being cleared out here, which, you know, yeah, okay. So prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So something has been going on here for a while, you know, and it sort of reached a climax, and it's one of those things where it just sort of like explodes. It doesn't have to be like a major sort of a brawl. It doesn't have to be a full fallout, but there's a lot of things that definitely get placed on the table, you know. I feel there's a big sense here going on, sort of like you should have known, and on the other side, you know, you should have told me, or you could have told me, and you know, you were not ready and you wouldn't have understood, and you know, that sort of hiccups getting cleared out. New moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Okay, I would encourage you to listen to this person when they speak to you. Take time to breathe out. Okay. Let the anger, feel the anger and let it go. Don't sort of keep it inside. Meditate and contemplate. All right, so let's see overall energy. Oh, wait, there's something more. You need to let go of the situation, otherwise it's going to consume you. It's sort of been standing in your way for much longer and you know, much more prominently than you may have actually realized. So overall energy, fortitude, 9 of swords. Swords, sorry, fire. Somebody's definitely getting ready to speak to you. Seven of Water, which is Seven of Cups. Somebody's definitely getting ready to speak to you, and I mean they're getting ready to speak to you. They want you to understand how the situation with you is making them feel. Okay, I'm going to draw some cards there from the MUSE Tarot. I was going to say 3, and then I heard 4 in my mind, and I wasn't sure. And then the first card that actually came out is the 4th Inspiration, which is the 4 of Wands, I believe. Yeah. Look at this. So 4th Inspiration, 3 of Emotions, and then 4 of Emotions followed by the Sun. You are very ready for something here, and you don't actually realize how ready you are. I feel like, almost like while you're sort of busy, kind of like, you know, tripping yourself up by doubting yourself, you're sort of being very closely observed, and it's almost like you're not realizing your full potential here at the moment. And there's a lot of support that's sort of been formulated here for you. That might actually kind of take your breath away a little bit. So in a sense, I feel that your shortcomings are, you know, they're coming forward, they're coming to light, they're being pointed out to you, but they're being pointed out in such a supportive way, almost in a sense of, if you think of something like a job that you took and you suddenly find yourself like, oh my goodness, maybe this was, you know, more than, maybe I kind of bit of too much here for myself. That's coming forward, but in it coming forward, it's almost like others are recognizing that in you as well, and they're coming up with an incredible solution, because I feel that you are more suited to where you are than you actually currently realize yourself. So very good things here. A lot of quite a wild trip happening over here actually. But it's like moving from that space of not being sure to you know, again, whilst you sort of like doubting yourself, you know, looking at sort of like your shortcomings, there are others that are actually looking at your solutions, and whatever, it's a bit of a contrived period for you actually. But whatever those shortcomings are, there's incredible solutions coming forward for you. And I hope that that answers maybe a message that some of you really needed to hear. So, namaste, love and light.